What really happened behind the scenes during Justin Bieber's rise to fame? Was he just a kid under immense pressure? Or is there a darker story of exploitation and betrayal swirling beneath the glitz? Let's unpack the complex layers that few dare to examine. From his early days as a teenage sensation to the controversial mentorship with Diddy, Bieber's journey is a tangled web of ambition, fame, and hidden struggles. The internet sherlocks have long speculated about the true nature of his relationships and career dynamics, especially given recent legal trouble surrounding Diddy. As the scandal unfolds, we are forced to reconsider Justin's past, the environments he grew up in, and the personal battles he faced behind the flashing lights. Today's video dives deep into allegations, rumors, and the unknown corners of Bieber's story, revealing not just the highs of stardom, but the shadows lurking just out of public view. So, if you want the full picture, without the usual sugarcoating, stick around, because this story goes far beyond the headlines. The early mentorship with Diddy, a dream or a red flag? Justin Bieber's early career was closely intertwined with the legendary music mogul, Sean Diddy Combs. Footage from 2009 reveals a 15-year-old Bieber in the company of Diddy, an era that fans now look back on with a mix of nostalgia and suspicion. Bieber was just starting to make waves in the industry, released his debut EP My World, and Diddy was at his peak mogul status, commanding immense respect and influence in the music scene. Videos from this period show the two hanging out, sharing moments that, on the surface, resembled a typical mentor-mentee relationship. But there was something in the air that felt off to many observers. Diddy's comments during a 48-hour video with Bieber raised eyebrows, especially when he was asked, "Where are we hanging out, and what we're doing?" and replied, "We can't really disclose." This cryptic response only fueled the internet's detective work and speculation. Many people began to analyze the dynamics of their relationship with a heightened eye, looking for red flags that might hint at something beyond simple mentorship. Diddy's promises of a Lamborghini at 16 and a mansion at 18 to Bieber sparked conversations that now sound disturbing in hindsight, implying a level of control and influence that blurred professional lines. The infamous moment when Diddy responded to Bieber's suggestion to "go get some girls" with "the man near my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid," is often cited by conspiracy theorists as a deeply unsettling exchange. Fast forward to recent years, and with Diddy's legal troubles surfacing, these early interactions have been revisited and dissected with far more critical eyes. The mentor role Diddy played has been questioned as allegations against him cast long shadows back over Bieber's formative years. Did Justin's early years under Diddy's wing contribute to personal challenges he faces today? The video content and social media reactions suggest that the mentorship, once seen as a dream come true, now stands as a symbol of a potentially toxic influence that shaped a young star's journey in more ways than one. Diddy's legal fallout and its impact on Bieber's image. As Sean Diddy Combs, the music mogul once synonymous with success and clout, faced a tidal wave of criminal charges in 2024. The fallout rippled far beyond his own legacy, hitting the image of those closely associated with him, including Justin Bieber. The scandal exploded with leaked CCTV footage showing Diddy's violent behavior, multiple lawsuits alleging coercion and abuse, and a federal indictment that painted a grim picture of a criminal enterprise operating for over a decade. This legal storm shattered the glamorous veneer surrounding Diddy and cast a harsh spotlight on his past relationship with Bieber, sparking intense speculation. Internet detectives and fans revisited old footage and interviews, re-examining the mentor-mentee dynamic through a darker lens, and questioning the environment Bieber grew up in as a child star connected to such a controversial figure. The resurfacing of their 2009 48 Hours with Diddy video, where Diddy's words raised red flags for many, became a focal point for those concerned about Bieber's early experiences and mental health struggles. Fans rallied to protect Bieber, trending #ProtectJustin, while others demanded transparency and truth. The situation revealed a complicated narrative. On one hand, an emerging pop icon navigating a challenging industry; on the other, the shadow of a powerful but now deeply troubled ally. Bieber himself has remained largely silent amidst the chaos, prioritizing family and personal well-being over public statements, leaving fans to piece together the story from scattered clues. This chapter in Bieber's life underscores how the actions of those in one's orbit can profoundly affect public perception and personal healing. It highlights the vulnerability of young stars caught in webs woven by influential figures, and reminds us that fame often comes with hidden costs no one truly sees until it explodes in the headlines. The Diddy controversy is not just a scandal, but a stark example of how closely intertwined personal, legal, and image battles can become, fueling ongoing conversations about accountability, protection of young talent, and the price of association in the entertainment world. Justin's tumultuous childhood and family struggles. Justin Bieber entered the world on March 1, 1994 in London, Ontario, Canada, born to teenage parents whose situationship was messy from day one. Patty Millett and Jeremy Bieber, both barely legal at 18, never put a ring on it, and split faster than a viral breakup announcement aired. This set up Justin's childhood for major daddy issues. Being raised by a single mom in Stratford, Ontario, with occasional grandparent assists, the Biebers were giving broke vibes, living in low-income housing while Patty worked multiple jobs that weren't paying the bills. The father figure was giving ghost energy in Justin's origin story. Jeremy was mostly in his absent era, with the ultimate deadbeat move of disappearing for a whole year when Justin was about 4, only to return dramatically on Father's Day. This father-son plot hole created the kind of trauma that therapy TikTok warns you about, the void that makes you seek validation from older male authority figures later in life. The plot thickens when you realize Patty was carrying her own unhealed trauma baggage. Her 2012 memoir, Nowhere But Up, the story of Justin Bieber's mom, spilled that she survived abuse starting at age 3, battled substance abuse, and had a full-on unalived attempt at 17. That's the kind of generational trauma that inevitably impacts parenting, creating the unstable vibe check that baby Bibbs grew up with. In his 2021 GQ era, Bieber reflected on being raised by 2 unreliable and overwhelmed parents who couldn't give him the stability blueprint. He admitted being drawn to Pastor Judah Smith's family precisely because they were serving what his broken family wasn't. This childhood instability comboed with financial struggles created the perfect storm for the mental health villain arc that would enter the chat when fame hit. The meteoric rise and the price of fame. From YouTube covers to global superstardom by age 15, Bieber's journey was nothing short of explosive, but this rapid ascent came with immense pressure, neurodevelopmental challenges, and a toxic industry grind that often exploited young talent, pushing Bieber toward early substance use and public meltdowns. Thrust into the spotlight at an age when most are still figuring out who they are, Bieber faced the brutal reality of fame amplified by parasocial love bombing that distorted his sense of self. The constant public scrutiny and relentless grind left little room for a normal childhood, instead, creating a pressure cooker where mistakes were magnified and personal struggles played out on a global stage. The toxic culture of the music industry at the time demanded relentless productivity with little regard for the mental health of its youngest stars, leading Bieber to early self-medication with substances like weed, pills, and more, as he sought escape from the overwhelming stress. His story highlights how fame at such a young age can derail mental and emotional development, exposing vulnerabilities that the industry was ill-equipped to handle. Despite the skyrocketing success, the price Bieber paid was high, with a roller coaster of public controversies, legal issues, and personal battles that painted a complicated picture behind the pop icon's smile. Ultimately, his meteoric rise serves as both a testament to his talent and a cautionary tale about the hidden costs of early fame in an industry that often prioritizes profit over well-being. Public controversies and mental health battles. Bieber's early career was riddled with legal issues, public arrests, and a villain narrative that clashed with his personal battles with depression, anxiety, and addiction. His openness about using substances to numb shame exposed a raw vulnerability rarely seen in pop icons at his level. From DUIs to altercations and public outbursts, Bieber was often painted as the troubled teen star, dealing with the harsh spotlight of fame. However, beyond the headlines, he was fighting deep mental health struggles that many fans didn't fully grasp. In a 2019 Instagram confession post, Bieber described the vibe as days where it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, with constant dread about facing another day. He admitted to moments where he felt like it's never going to change, and had considered the unalive option, revealing the absolutely dark mental health hole he was in. His candid admissions about depression and anxiety broke the carefully maintained facade of a pop superstar, shedding light on the human behind the celebrity. In his 2020 YouTube docu-series, Justin Bieber Seasons, he revealed early substance experimentation that accelerated as the fame pressure intensified, leading to a life-threatening addiction saga. His security team even had to pulse-check him during the night to ensure his safety, underscoring just how severe the situation became. Yet, despite these struggles, Bieber's mental health battle was not sidelined. It was central to his story, as he sought therapy and professional help. His journey through faith, marriage, and ongoing self-reflection has been a testament to resilience. But the scars of his past continue to simmer, reminding us that behind the public controversies lies a complex, ongoing battle with mental health, redemption, faith, and personal growth. After hitting rock bottom, Bieber found solace in faith and marriage, marking a turning point in his public image and mental health journey. His candid discussions about ongoing struggles emphasize that healing is complex, and growth is ongoing, even for the biggest stars. He publicly shared how reconnecting with his Christian faith gave him purpose, helping him navigate the pressures of fame with a new perspective. Bieber's marriage to Hailey Baldwin became another cornerstone in his transformation, bringing stability and support amidst the chaos. Despite these positive changes, he continues to be transparent about his mental health battles. In 2025, Bieber opened up about feeling like a fraud and dealing with anger issues, revealing that the journey towards self-improvement is far from linear. His story highlights that redemption is not a destination, but a continuous process that requires vulnerability, accountability, and resilience. Bieber's willingness to share his imperfections breaks down the stigma around mental health, making his journey relatable and inspiring for many. Ultimately, his path underscores the importance of faith and personal growth as vital tools in overcoming adversity, showing that even under the bright lights of fame, healing is possible when you embrace change with honesty and courage. Allegations of staff mistreatment and workplace dynamics. Recent claims from former crew members who worked with Justin Bieber during his My World tour describe him as difficult to work with at times, showing behaviors ranging from rudeness to outright harshness. These accounts paint a complicated picture of a young star struggling to navigate the intense pressures of fame, while managing a demanding tour schedule and the expectations placed on him by management. It's important to note that this period coincided with Justin's rapid rise, meaning he was balancing global superstardom and adolescence simultaneously, a recipe for immense stress and growing pains. Furthermore, reports suggest that management, notably Scooter Braun, may have pushed Bieber to his limits, potentially overworking the young star and adding strain to his mental and emotional well-being. This relentless pressure could have trickled down, affecting how Justin interacted with those working closely around him, including tour staff. While these allegations are concerning, they must be seen within the larger context of child stardom, where young performers face exploitation and overwhelming demands. The entertainment industry often prioritizes success and revenue over the well-being of its youngest stars, creating environments ripe for tension and conflict. That said, it does not excuse any mistreatment of staff, whose experiences are valid and deserving of respect. Yet, it's also been documented that Justin made sincere efforts to improve his relationships with his tour crew in later years, including offering free therapy sessions to his staff and fans, showing a growing awareness of mental health and workplace well-being. This evolution suggests a journey of personal growth, moving from a pressured teenager to a more accountable and caring employer. Ultimately, these allegations and experiences open a window into the complex, high-stakes world behind the scenes of global tours, revealing the human challenges that come with fame and the importance of support and understanding in these fast-paced environments. Complex realities of child stardom and industry exploitation. Justin Bieber's story embodies the volatile mix of youth, fame, exploitation, and personal growth that many child stars face. The entertainment industry's demanding nature and the intense pressure of public scrutiny often blur the lines between personal failings and systemic issues. Thrust into the spotlight at the tender age of 13, Justin was still developing emotionally and mentally, but was expected to perform like an adult. The rapid ascent from YouTube sensation to global superstar meant dealing with millions of eyes watching every move, creating an immense pressure cooker environment. Coupled with the complex power dynamics involving managers, family, and industry moguls like Scooter Braun and Sean Diddy Combs, this environment was ripe for exploitation, whether intentional or not. Overwork, lack of proper guidance, and the constant travel schedule led to burnout and strained relationships, not just with fans and media, but also with staff and close associates. These pressures often manifest in behavior that can be misunderstood without context, such as outbursts or difficult workplace dynamics. Moreover, the toxic culture within the music industry at the time did little to protect young artists like Bieber from predatory practices or unhealthy work environments. Mental health struggles, including depression, anxiety, and early substance use, were intensified by both the industry's grind and the hypervisibility Bieber endured. It's important to recognize that this story isn't unique to Justin Bieber, but rather a reflection of systemic issues within child stardom and celebrity culture. The narrative often simplifies these young stars into villains or victims, ignoring the nuanced realities of growth, trauma, and survival. As conversations around creator safeguarding and mental health become more prominent, Bieber's journey highlights the urgent need to protect young talent from exploitation and to foster environments that prioritize their well-being over profit. Ultimately, this complex reality urges us to approach stories of child stars with empathy, understanding that behind the fame is a young person navigating an adult world fraught with challenges. Justin Bieber's life and career are a tangled web of early promise, challenges, mistakes, and growth. His story reminds us that fame isn't just glamour. It's a high-pressure test where young stars often face battles the public never sees. As fans and observers, understanding these complexities makes us rethink how we view celebrity and compassion. Behind the flashing lights and sold-out shows, there's a human being grappling with trauma, mental health struggles, and the aftermath of rapid success. The allegations and controversies paint a picture of a star caught in a system that often exploits its youngest talents. Yet, within this turmoil, there's also evidence of personal growth, redemption, and ongoing efforts to overcome past demons. Justin's openness about his vulnerabilities challenges the usual narratives of untouchable celebrities. It forces us to consider the price of fame and the responsibility we share as consumers of their stories. This narrative isn't simply about blame or scandal. It's about recognizing the complexities of human experience shaped by extraordinary circumstances. It calls for a balanced view that holds people accountable, while also allowing space for healing and change. In the end, Justin Bieber's journey is a reminder that behind every headline, there's a layered story worth understanding, and that the path to becoming a better person is often winding, messy, and deeply personal. As the story continues to unfold, fans and critics alike should remember the importance of empathy and the potential for growth, even in the most public of lives.